Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel. Finally got some time off. Of course, not really. I've got stuff to work on up the shop here. Been sitting here catching up on some videos. This last week, I have been going and going and going. Working till almost midnight. Three nights this last week. I'll get home thinking, I'm just not going to do anything tonight. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to just sit down, relax. I need to sit down and relax. And, well, if I get this little part done here, I'll be able to sit down and relax. And I'll get that little part. Well, I can probably go ahead and get this part on here too. That means that's one less thing that I'll have to do, and I'll get that done. And well, if we get this piece put up in there, then it won't only be another 30-40 minutes, and it'll be done. And you get it all done, and you look at the clock, and it's 11 o'clock. God dang it. But I sat down, and yesterday I was planning on just, relaxing. I worked late down at the other shop, and just for the simple fact that that way I didn't have to go into work yesterday. We're going to have a 4-day Memorial weekend. And other places were still open, so I jumped on the bike that I just traded for, and I got it inspected, and ran back to the license office and got my license on it, got insurance and everything on it. Got home and sat down and ate some lunch, leftovers. And I wasn't even done with that when the wife was saying, well, let's go to this place or that place. And, all right. Went there, came home, went straight back to town for my daughter's going to be singing at the church, so they were going up for practice. Did a little bit of shopping there in town so we can have stuff for supper probably tomorrow. I got another family function tonight, but I got her from practice, came home, picked up the wife, went to my niece's graduation. It just, one thing and then another, then another, then another, then another. That's part of the reason that I just don't stop hardly ever. People keep saying, "Oh, you need to sit down and relax. You need to wait. You need to, you need to take some time off. You just, you get, boy, you're overworked. You need to stop. You need to take some time off. Right after you get done with mine. Right after you get done, get it. That next guy can wait, but I need mine going." That's People aren't mean when they do that, but it's a different dynamic when you're the one in need. So, watching a few videos on the interweb here, and I seen a guy talking about test driving, verifying the concern, and it made me think of one. Now, I've got stories and stories and stories. This guy tells stories on here. I was told by a subscriber that I needed to check this guy out, because I'm looking to you get more into the mechanical stuff and show you everything rather than me just sitting here and talking. Well, this is what that guy does, is just sit there and talk. And, people like it. So I'll mix it up a little bit. He was telling me a story about trying to verify the concern for the customer, and he went as fast as he was going to go. because it was a speed dependent problem. And he got in with them, and they went out there, and he started getting pretty nervous when it passed triple digits. And they were just like, "Oh, I drive like this every day." But you got to verify the concern. Stuff like that has happened to us, and honestly, there's a lot of times where we prefer the customer go along with us, because especially when it comes to noises. If it's a drivability, usually we can figure it out on our own. But when it comes to a noise is subjective, extremely subjective. Uh, I've dealt with it. My boss has dealt with it. My boss is usually the one that does all the test driving. I have had to do it at some point, and then a lot of times he's had to have me drive while he moves around in the back, because you can't localize the noise. That's where being a lone wolf is very difficult. If you can run your own shop by yourself, I have that out here where it's just me. It's very difficult trying to verify some things when you can't move around. You're stuck to the driver's seat. But there's one little story that I'll think of because it's kind of a funny one. The customer comes in. Her concern is a problem with the steering. Steering makes a noise in tight turns. Okay. And boss takes it out and drives it, drives it, drives it. Can't verify the complaint. Well, she's come over 2 or 3 times. He drives it. She's left it for the day. He'll drive it 3, 4, 5 times. Can't verify the complaint. And I told him, well, you're just going to have her drive it, and you're going to have to ride, and she'll point it out. We have to do that a lot when it comes to noises. Only about half the time is it even apparent what they're complaining about. But he got in with her, and they were driving around on the Missouri side. He won't do it. She says, well, it's always been in town where it did it. Okay. They go over into the city. She pulls up to a stoplight, sitting there idling. Now, the cars that she has had before were smaller, little 4-cylinder jobs, or, underpowered sedans. This one was a Pontiac Bonneville with a 3800 in it. Early 2000s, I think, or something like that. It's been a while back. Those things are snappy. I guess she wasn't used to that, because she stopped at the stop sign, cranked that wheel all the way one way, and stomped it. And now the tires broke loose. Smoke was rolling out from underneath the wheel wells. And they were just... And she turned and looked at them. There, it did it. There, right there. Did you hear it? Yeah. Yeah, I heard it. Every once in a while, you run into those. I thought it was hilarious. But there has been things come into the shop, and noise complaints, like I said, are the worst because they're so subjective. We've had cars come in complaining of noises, and you pick that front end up, and the wheel goes clunk. You know, the wheel bearings are shot. The ball joints are shot. The tie rods are shot. The thing's literally about to fly apart. And you put all that on there because the complaint was a rattling noise. You put all that on there, and then the customer takes it out and drives it, and it's still doing it. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Nothing at all. You drive it, and there's only one more noise, but you knew what it was. Surely they knew, right? Well, it hasn't changed at all. Nothing's changed. Literally, all the noises are gone up front. All the rattling, clanging, banging from all the loose suspension is gone from up front. And, well, they still hear the noise they're worried about. All that other stuff, it was just in the background. Yeah, they heard it, but it's nothing. Nothing. But you stop with them. You go around, open up the trunk, and tell them, you maybe should get a bag for your bowling ball so it doesn't roll around. The other one that I experienced was a similar noise in the trunk. Trunks are horrible because they're hollow, so they echo. They're kind of hard to pinpoint, but the noise when you step on the gas and when you stomp the brake. What I found is a bunch of golf balls in the quarter panel. I put a bunch of stuff in the trunk, and then they rolled off to one side and dropped down into the quarter panel. Things like that, they can be kind of funny, but they also can be infuriating. I figured since I'm not doing a huge amount of work, I do have 2 of them up at the shop right now. I haven't been up there yet to find out, but I have one of them that I know is supposed to come by, and one of them that was already here that I want to get done this weekend, or at least get answers on. And figured I'm just not doing anything right now. I'll sit down and tell a story. Let me know if you like that. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your bell notification, use all the buttons down there, share it all around. And we'll talk to you later.